Hey YouTube, this is Scandalous Dee with another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. This is season 6, episode 12. Let's get started. Cynthia and Peter celebrate their wedding anniversary at bar 1, and we get introduced to Christopher Williams and his wife Natalie. And they're just kind of talking and everything, and Natalie says that she had a friend who dated Todd and that he was kind of always on the come up, and they were just like, so you're saying he's an opportunist? And she was just like, well, I guess you can say it like that, but he always found himself in a better situation. And they just kind of talk or whatever. Then Peter goes, oh, I need you, I want you to see this other property that I got. They go there and it's all decked out and romantic, and Christopher Williams sings for Cynthia and Peter. And basically it's a song that he wrote. It's just kind of like Peter saying to Cynthia, thank you for taking me in. I know I didn't have a pot to piss in and all that, but just thank you for loving me anyway. And that's that. Nene and Portia, they have this I guess meetup or whatever in her house. And Nene's very supportive. She was just like, well, I know we had our beef last episode or whatever, but I'm just gonna suck it up and be there for Portia. They just started talking about how they went over to Kenya's house and her dad was there, and how she had a brand new Bentley. And he was just like, so who bought her that Bentley? She was like, her African prince. She was just, and Portia was just like, so was he there? She was like, no, he wasn't there. She was just like, oh. She was just like, we don't never see him, her imaginary man. And Nene's just being very shady. I was just like, it's true, because we never see Kenyan man. She always, oh, I have an African prince. If you really had an African prince, wouldn't you be wanting to introduce him to everybody? Like, come on now. And then Portia's just like, I just got this house here. And Nene didn't address the elephant in the room, which is why you got a house this big and it's only you. So she's just like, oh, this is a nice place, asked about the previous owners. Then she asked her about her dating life. And she was just like, oh, I just can't date right now. Cordell just got me tripping. I can't really date right now. Everything. She was just like, well, I know you want to get you some. No, she was just like, oh, don't worry. Portia is taking care of Portia. And I was just like, oh my God, must we go there? And she was just like, yeah, Portia taking care of Portia. That's the end of that segment. It was really cute. I really like Portia's house, even though I do think 8,000 square feet is a lot. But we all know she got the money from Cordell. That's all that is. On the way to the winery, Marlo is talking mess about Phaedra and Candy, and asking, are they still overweight? Are they still fat? And they was just basically like, with Candy, she goes up and down and all that. And she was like, what about Phaedra? She was like, well, Phaedra just had a baby. And then here go Kenya. No. When she was doing her workout video, she was not pregnant. She was still fat. She was still fat. She was like, in that lime green jumpsuit was not the color. It was not the color. And everybody else was just kind of like, yeah, I do agree that jumpsuit may have not been the best for that workout video. And they just throwing shade or whatever. And I'm just like, why in the world are they throwing shade at Candy and Phaedra when they got a man, they got the lifestyle they want, they self-made. They basically just hating because they ain't thinking about Marlo and Kenya, and they not thinking about them. They worried about what they gonna do. Candy worried about what she gonna do with her wedding. And Phaedra just like, I'm just enjoying, my life. I got 2 babies, got a good looking husband, good looking job, and I got a brand new what she got, she buries people now, so she not thinking about them. So I don't understand why they gotta throw so much shade. Marlo, she just so messy. Marlo, I never really liked Marlo because I thought she was just like Nene times 1,000, where she got to talk about everything that she have, like she never had nothing. And I don't like people like that. But she's not as pathetic as Kenya. I will say that, because Kenya is pathetic, very pathetic, very desperate. Cynthia brings up Todd being an opportunist, that Natalie, suggested that he was always on a come up. And then I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord. And then Kenya in her confessional was just like, I have never known Cynthia to dish so much tea, but I'm slurping it up with the straw. And I was just like, oh my God, enough drama already. She just gotta always stir the pot. And yeah, she also Cynthia brings up, oh, I met Christopher Williams. He had a wife named Natalie, and then she was just like, a wife. Well, whenever he always introduced people, he always said that was his girlfriend and that they had a common law wife. He never said he actually got married. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go with the drama. And I was just like, Kenya, what difference does it make? Whether they engage, common law wife, it's not your business. Why are you so concerned? So they all sit down, they all discussing, and then Candy is just like, they like, when you gonna get married, Candy? Where are you gonna get married? She was like, oh, we might just elope because, so much drama and everything. She was like, you should get married here. And then Nene was just like, well, are you gonna at least have a party for us to at least, come and celebrate? She was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Then later on, she was just like, am I gonna be a bridesmaid at your wedding? She was just like, you gonna play the same role I did at your wedding. And I was like, I know that's right, Candy. You better get her together. Bridesmaids, whatever. Then, everybody talking about how they eloped, and Natalie was just like, yeah, 18 years ago, me and Christopher Williams, we went to Las Vegas and we eloped, and he was on tour and it was wonderful. And then Kenya was just like, that ain't what I heard. I heard that he just called you his play wife, his common law wife, and that you and him not really married. She was just like, well, I had never heard that. I've only heard that from you. That's the only person I've ever heard that from. And they all sit down to eat or whatever, and then she brings it up again. She was just like, you're not his real wife. She was just, and something happened where I think was it Natalie? Natalie was like, you may not want to go there with me because I know some things about you too. She was just like, whatever your husband has to tell you so he can sleep at night, whatever he has to tell you, that's fine. That's fine. You are not his wife. I would love to see that gift certificate marriage you have. And they were just looking like, wow. And then, Phaedra just like, if you're not married, you really can't judge other people's marriages. You're not married. And then and then Kenya Messy again was like, okay, fine. You trying to make friends? She was like, I don't need any more friends. She was like, yes, you do. She was like, because you told King or Cynthia that Ty was an opportunist. Did you not tell her that? And then, Candy was just like, what? You said what about him? She was like, we had a friend, and I said, I know what I said. And then King instigating like, yeah, you backpedaling, backpedaling and then Natalie can't even get her words. She was like, I know what I said. I know what I said. I said that he was always on the come up, always on the come up, and that he always found himself in a better situation. And Kenya was just like, okay, fine. She was just like, Cynthia butted in and chimed in. And she was just like, yeah, I know a lot of stuff about Peter and his past, but I don't think he would bring it up. I would never bring it up to you. And then in her confessional, Cynthia was just like, well, yeah, you may be called a lot of things. He's not perfect, but he's not an opportunist. And I was like, hold on now, Cynthia, because he takes your money, goes and buys properties and cars without even telling you. So you might want to pump your brakes on that because he might as well be called an opportunist. And then, Candy's just like, yeah, I'm balling. I look good. Why wouldn't he want to get with me? Why wouldn't he want be on the come up with me? I look good. I got money. I'm the richer than all y'all combined. I'm that chick. Yeah, so of course I'm not mad at him. I got everything going for me. And when he met me, he couldn't get no better. So, and everybody was just like, go ahead, girl, go ahead. And then, the whole time, Marlo just so into her hair, her makeup, and everything. And I was just like, Marlo doing the most. I just wasn't here for Marlo, really. And then on the next episode, looked like a fight gonna break out between Kenya's good Judy and then Christopher Williams. And I can't wait to see that. This is the part where Candy gonna be like, I'll drag you up in here. I'll drag you. And I can't wait to see that. I hope she dragging Kenya, but it might be Natalie. Oh well, I don't think I saw Marlo. You know, she be having straight razors with her and everything. The guns or whatever. No, she's straight gutted with hers. But anyway, that was the Housewives. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at O's Midnight Love, and that's OS_midnight_LUV. I will leave the link below. All you have to do is click the link and click follow. Same with my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at DrinkMeUp21. The link will be below, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.